I need help. I need help. I was not going to address this issue, but I definitely need to address this issue. Pizza Hut. Why would you do such a thing to me? And I'm not faulting the entire Pizza Hut corporation, but we need to address some things. I ordered pizza for my boys like I always do. Never had an issue, never had a problem placing an order and having it delivered to my house. The delivery was the amount that the delivery was, and I never put a tip because we give a cash tip when they arrive at the house. My son opens the door when the driver arrived after getting the text alert saying that the driver arrived, and he went to the door, got the pizza, passed the guy the tip, like always. The reason I don't like to do the tip before, because they'll sit your pizza on the ground, and who wants bugs and stuff in their pizza? Even if you set a table out there, that's just not how we roll. And then I'd be figuring, oh, the driver would rather have cash than have to wait on, to get their tips and all that kind of stuff. So I was being mindful in the entire transaction. The next day, I go to check my bank account, and the amount from Pizza Hut is higher than the amount that it was when I placed the order. To be exact, it was $10 higher. So I started saying, well, maybe they hold a little bit more, because I don't ever really pay attention to it. Maybe they hold a little bit more and then they accredit it back. Okay, so the next day rolled past, it was not credited back. I call Pizza Hut. I get a guy on the phone. I ask for the manager. He proceeds to ask me, what can I help you with? I tell him what he can help me with. I told him what happened. He said, do I remember who the driver was? I put him on hold. I asked my son, what did the driver look like? My son described the driver. I told him about it. He said, oh, that's such and such. Of course, I'm not disclosing names because I just don't do that. After that, the guy told me that he saw the receipt and it was handwritten in a $10 tip. I said, never in a million years would my son write in a $10 tip, nor would I. Why would you write in a tip and give cash? It makes no sense at all to me. And the guy agreed. Okay, boom. He had somebody else call me who was going to the bank and at home handling transactions, and he would get back to me and promise Spoke with him. He told me that he had problems like this before when he worked at other stores where people was writing in their own tips, so he definitely understands, and he gonna handle it. Next, he had a lady call me. Okay, the lady called me. She told me that she's sorry. She apologizes. She gonna handle it. She ended up putting the pizza money back on and the $10. I told her, that's not good enough for me. I told her I have followers. I could just make a post, but I'm not gonna make a post because I guarantee that you're gonna handle this on your own. She never handled it. So today when I went to pick up the pizza, because I'm no longer placing a delivery order, I'll just pick it up myself. When I went to pick up the pizza, I discovered that was her. So after she passed the pizza and the transaction went on, I said, okay, by the way, blah, 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 blah. And she said, well, I don't want to talk while the camera's on. I turned the camera off because I was vlogging. The camera wasn't facing her. It was in my car. All of that. And I didn't have to turn it off, but I still did out of respect for her not wanting to talk on camera, because what is there to hide? I'm not tripping. Let's do it. Okay, so she said, I do remember talking to you. And then she started saying, you didn't want to talk to me anymore. I said, that's not true, because that was not true. And then later in the conversation, she decided to say, well, you wanted to communicate by email. Okay, so boom, you remember that I asked you to have someone to email me, because email is the proper chain of command. Email me, and I asked her corporate office. She told me, okay. Well, guess what? She swept it under the rug and left it alone after she put my money back on my card. No, I needed her to understand that this was bigger than that. This is fraud. This is credit card fraud. This is bank fraud. It's all kinds of fraud. And you can't just sweep people personally. And then I said, well, you must be talking about somebody else too. I left this little piece out. And she said, no, I remember you. You live in such and such in a such and such color house. Now you got my whole house memorized in your head, but you have not tried to contact corporate. You have not tried to do anything. And she wanted to bypass the fact that she gave me the money back, and she's missing the point. So here I am on social media asking y'all to please help me get in contact with Pizza Hut, because no one deserves to place orders and have their cards and their information compromised. Even though if I did want to place an order next time, I would definitely just pay in cash if I have it on me. But that's not the point. The point here is you cannot go around stealing people's card information, All of that. You cannot go around adding tips to your thing. The lady decided to keep on acting as if it was no big deal and she don't know corporate's phone number. And it was just everything to bypass the fact that she had swept this under the rug after she told me she was going to get it handled and she was going to contact the higher ups for me. Okay, that was also my bad on my part because I should have been contacted him on my own, but I didn't because if y'all heard this guarantee from her, like, oh, he's going to get in trouble. And yes, they did find that he wrote in a $10 tip. So that alone. And then she tells me that Tyler, the other guy I spoke with, he no longer works for the company. Well, I could see why, because y'all in there doing all kind of fraud. And then she said, you keep saying stuff like you have followers. I said the safety issue with y'all doing that, having my address memorized in your head, things of that nature, the color of my house, all of that. Not that I'm hiding from nobody. That ain't the point. The point is just what it is. You guys have people up here and people need to understand that their cards are being compromised and they might want to check their bank accounts, because what if somebody write themselves $1,000 tip? Then what? And then here's the other thing. She said it was kind of strange because nobody really ever writes in a tip or whatever. If they're going to give the tip, then they just normally put it in when they place an order. Well, yeah. Okay, so y'all already know the red flags that was up before I even called y'all. So when y'all saw that slip had a $10 tip on it, why didn't y'all question it then? Pizza Hut, I need to hear from y'all ASAP, please. I'm trying to do this in a professional, timely manner. I did not want to get anyone in any kind of trouble because I don't know, maybe he needs the $10. I could have gave you $20. If you needed it, you should have just asked for it. Why go steal from people? I have 7 children. Do you think I want you stealing from me? No, I don't. I had to cancel all my debit card. I had to cancel my debit card. I had to cancel every payment that, like, monthly reoccurring payments that I have set up. I had to cancel all that. I had to redo all of that. And you want to act like it's no big deal? And I've been having that card on file for I don't know how long with every company. You know how that inconvenienced me? But I ain't even, like I said, worried about me doing the legwork to change my card. The biggest problem here is you're committing fraud. You're stealing from people. You're stealing from innocent people. And you could be stealing from the elderly. You could be stealing from disabled people. I have a son that's disabled. He's in heaven now. May he rest peacefully, Father God, in the name of Jesus. But you could be stealing from anybody other than me who could not check it. And that is just not right. Pizza Hut, please make this right. Contact me. You can DM me here. You can DM me on Instagram. And we can definitely talk about it. But if you are watching this video and it has made it to your page, please tag Pizza Hut. Thank y'all. Oh, and at the end, no, let me tell this other part. She kept sweeping it under the rug, the lady. So I said, you a clown. Clown is the first word that flew out my mouth. She gonna say, you're a clown. Yeah, I am. I do have a clown wig. Good thing I don't own my home, because now I'm looking for somewhere else to move to. I'm moving because I don't feel safe. This lady has my address memorized in her head, color of the house, because before we got to this point, she passed me the pizza, everything, before I even opened my mouth. She never saw my face. She didn't know who I was, any of that. So the fact that you still are memorizing my address, you're calling out the color of my house, plus you have people in your lobby, like, that's just not cool at all. Whether the people had left out the lobby or not, because she was dealing with somebody, she was being rude to somebody else on the telephone, explaining why she has to have DoorDash doing her deliveries because she doesn't have a driver. She's the only one in the building. Everything was just so unprofessional, and I still kept my cool while I was there. The part that made me upset is the fact that she was sweeping it under the rug. You got your money back. Like, that's just it. No, it's not about that. I got Vaseline, y'all. It's not about that. It's more so the fact that you are showing no empathy for what happened, and that you were just simply lying to me on the phone to get me off the phone. And you knew you were supposed to send me an email or corporate office, and nobody ever did. So yeah, I addressed it in a professional manner to start. And she took it and she drug it as if I'm nobody. I'm just a piece of nothing. I'm going to end it here.